Hello everyone, I'm back with another replay cast, and today I have a speedrun again, which is the two-player map from January, and it's the fastest time. As you can see, this is the first place by Pritstift and Treim that I'm going to show you today, and I think it was a pretty interesting replay for everyone who is familiar with playing the map and did the attempt to do the speedrun as well. And in general, if you're not that much into speedrunning, it may still give you a grasp on how to do these level 10 random PvE maps. I have to say, this month the map for level 10 is slightly harder, I think, because the tier 1 and tier 2 stage are a little bit more tricky compared to the last month that I'm going to show you right now. But anyways, let's just get into the replay. And so we are having Skeleton Warriors by Pritstift immediately, and you can see Treim is not spawning anything yet. Double Skeleton Warriors, they're used in random PvE because they are very good tanks. Their efficiency is very high. With their ability, they can get up to 1500 effective HP, which is very valuable. And you can see for a second as well, and we can just take a look at the camp. And we have three lost mana beasts over here, a lost dancer and the lost wanderer, which is the one that can shield the entire army. So this is a little bit hard to clear with Forsaken and Skeleton Warriors only. And so this is why Treim is using his power to support on this side with mines. The very powerful spell, and yeah, another mine, pretty much stacking them up right here. So Pritstift can pull the army into the mines to clear out this base without any problems. He's activating the Skeleton Warriors so they can tank up a lot of damage, and they will just stand on top of the mines. So these mana beasts are pretty much killed. In the meantime, he is using the eruptions to get rid of the spawn camp and the lost dancer and the incoming spawn wave. So we have heavy fire support, while the shadow player makes sure to get rid of the rest of this base. So very nice team play here in the tier 1, and we can see Nomads by Treim to clear his side of the map for a tier 2. So Forsaken gonna get played to get rid of this. All these Forsaken got frenzied because he wants to clear the stuff a little faster and get these power walls slightly earlier. You always want the power walls as early as possible because this will grant you more energy for your overall void pool, which really matters a lot if you want to have a very fast time on these maps. So Treim is pretty much waiting here for his void to return so he can attack the next base on his own. In the meantime, these two Forsaken here are clearing out these archers, and the Shadow Orb is being played for tier 2, probably for resource boosters that are also empowering these power walls by a lot. And the Embalmer's Shrine is being played for Phoenix support probably. And yeah, there comes the Furnace of Flesh. He's probably sacrificing the Forsaken right now into it, or maybe he's still trying to use them for defense. Let's see. Resource boosters as expected here, and Treim starts to stack up the mines over here to get his tier 2 as well. So resource boosters are being played. 5 wells empowered. That is pretty much the equivalent of, let's say, a little bit more than 1.5 power wells. So it's very nice to have. Yeah, pretty much Nomads here to get the units into the mines. Eruption spam to get rid of the dancer, the spawn camp, and now he's kiting back. He's making sure none of his units dies here, and he can heal up safely because right now the spawn camp is done. These units that he's killing that are not respawning, so he can make a quick work of it after regenerating. So second Embalmer's Shrine being played, so they can pretty much activate it all the time when it's necessary, and 2 Phoenixes already being played. So usually 3 Phoenixes are enough to clear out the mana beasts, but I think since there's this shield guy here, you need 2 extra ones, so it's about 5 Phoenixes that they're probably waiting for in order to crash into this camp here, which is a very important component of the speedrun, because you want to crash dive as early as possible with these Phoenixes, activate the Embalmer's Shrine, and then you get all these Phoenixes back, but they don't bind any power anymore. Everything that is bounded to these Phoenixes will go into the void pool, and you pretty much have unbound Phoenixes, which is super important to be faster in terms of engage timings. So right here a little Nomad Micring to keep all of them alive, to have the passive buff, which is important. You know, the healing only is available for the Nomads if there are 3 of them on the ground. And now Treim reaches his tier 2 as well. Shadow for him, so he also has access to the Shadow Phoenixes. Yeah, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 already. So you can just see, like right now he's having 200 power and 14 void. There are like 5 Phoenixes on the board. The Embalmer's Shrine gets activated. He's crash diving onto this stanza here, so the spawn camp gets killed as well. He's getting all 5 Phoenixes back, and now you see as like he still has 5 Phoenixes. He has like a little bit more power, sure, but he's also getting this insane amount of void power that these Phoenixes were binding beforehand, and right now he has still 4 unbound Phoenixes, and this camp is pretty much cleared out. And yeah, he's using some Forsaken to get rid of the archers over here. And in the meantime, Treim is also stacking up some Phoenixes for his side of the map. And yeah, I think he tries to soak up a little bit of damage with the Phoenixes in front of the archers. I'm not sure if it worked, but yeah, that's the plan. And right here what we're seeing is pretty much the trap of the income. He's not killing the archers, because if he does so, the archers would simply respawn with another squad of melee units, and that would be a little bit annoying to defend. So he's pretty much delaying this kill here of these units. Maybe because he also wants to engage. Let's see how he does it. Maybe this is a special purpose as well, because maybe he wants to kill the spawn as well with the Phoenixes to get the earlier respawn, but I'm not sure about it. I'm not sure if this is really necessary to get all 5 Phoenixes back. I think it's not, but yeah, maybe it is, I'm not sure. So second crash dive, this camp is completely down. Oh, in the meantime, I think I sadly missed the engage of the Phoenixes over here. So he was probably crash diving into the tier 3 base. I'm sorry for missing that. I'm trying to show everything from both players if possible, but I'm not getting everything on the map here. So pretty much Soul Splicer being used to support the Forsaken here that are dealing with the air units, while the Phoenixes were simply crashing into the army. I mean, it's not that special, because as you can see, like we can watch the engage on the other side. There's no spawn camp at the tier 3, tier 4 camp, which makes it a lot easier because you can simply crash dive with the Phoenixes. Oh, this one dies. That's unfortunate, but it's okay because as you can see, with like 8 or 9 Phoenixes or whatever this was, it's very easy to clear this. And now he's using Dark Wolf Assassins to clear the rest. Pretty much using the Phoenixes as tanks as well for the Lost Vigils, so that they don't target the archers. And now he's also sacrificing the Phoenixes into the Furnace of Flesh. He doesn't need them anymore because he gets access to T4, and they grant you a little bit of void return just based on their decent health here, 750. I think Treim Pritstift in the meantime is delaying this spawn wave a little bit, maybe, to delay any potential attacks here, so he can build up safely his tier 4, another resource booster coming in, and another Furnace of Flesh, probably for some Cultist Master action quite soon. Yeah, Treim picks up his tier 3 by himself, so right now both players will pretty much prepare for the tier 4 stage. Phoenix is getting sacrificed here if necessary. I think, yeah, this was probably done to get the necessary power for tier 4 here on this side, and the rest of these Phoenixes, these two will probably be here to help defending the next incoming wave. Breeding Grounds being played, and there's a Frost Orb allowing Lost Spirit Ships to enter into the stage here. And yeah, these Forsaken still around with a Phoenix tanking to get rid of the Lost Vigil, which is significantly weaker when being outside of the range of an enemy building, which is very important. So Lost Spirit Ship being played here. In the meantime, Treim is still in tier 3, but using Cultist Masters to get some void back. He also picked up the energy, the resource boosters, and yeah, here you can see the Cultist Masters, red Lost Spirit Ships offering cultist rifle cultists to get more charges for the red Lost Spirit Ship, and a flame crystal, which is pretty much giving these units rage, which is a significant damage boost. I think it is 50%. Yeah, that's pretty nice. So in the meantime, Treim is building up a lot of support buildings. He's still in tier 3, but he builds up 2 Shrine of Wars, which is granting huge void returns and making the Cultist Master Masters pretty much unnecessary. The Shrine of War pretty much grants much more reliable void return during the later stages of the game, when you're in combat with your T4 units, while the Cultist Master is pretty much better early on to bring down like smaller void pools down to 0. Like here, like the 180 power or what this was, it's pretty easy to bring this down to 0, but when you have like 700, 800, 900 void or something like that, the Shrine of War gets much more effective. So in the meantime, we're seeing an incredible Mo as well. This is mainly played because the Lost Dragon is usually preventing ranged attacks upon hitting enemies. This doesn't happen if you have the Benevolent Mo buff. So this is why you use the yellow ability, not the green one, like in Bandits or something, or Stonekin. And now we see these Lost Spirit Ships engaging. Pritstift is right now earlier on the board because he didn't have to bind any power into all these support buildings. Yeah, you can see the support buildings are getting activated. Shrine of War getting activated to get the void return into play here. So pretty much the power for heals and all that stuff immediately comes back into the pool. And we see offering to get more charges for the Spirit Ship. The Flame Crystal was activated in the meantime, and the Lost Spirit Ships are pushing forward. The Unholy Preacher in this camp dealing a little bit of damage, but not the most annoying boss. In the meantime, here in this camp we can see Nixia, but the 2 Lost Spirit Ships are going around. In the meantime, you can see Motivate got played. This is also important to note that both players are using this red ability of the Lost Spirit Ship, not just because of the Flame Crystal, but also because Motivate affects all units at the same time. So this Unholy Preacher pretty much gets killed. So this camp is not entirely cleared out, simply because he needs to pass with his Lost Spirit Ships around this stage here anyways, and they will attack anything in this camp anyways. So yeah, in the meantime, Nixia gets onto the orb, which is not that optimal, I think, but Let's see what Treim is about to do against that. More lost spirit ships coming in, and Pritstift is already engaging into the back line. Right here, there are the strongest camps in these PvE maps usually. And you can see there's a lot of stuff here around. So there's the Lost Archfiend, which can't attack air units, which is very important because you can see 6,000 damage, bonus damage against XL units, and the Lost Spirit ships are low already. So if this one could attack the air units, I think this would cause a lot of trouble. So in the meantime, Treim is still pushing around with this camp, cleared out this line entirely. While Pritstift is also moving his Lost Spirit ships back and forth to avoid taking any unnecessary damage. And I'm not exactly sure if you can increase the damage of the Lost Spirit ship as well, but yeah, this is something that some people assume, but I didn't get to confirm this entirely. So yeah. More Lost Spirit ships flying into the area. Meanwhile, rifle cultists are granting spawn presence, maybe for later offering, maybe for some spells that we are going to see soon, because when you have only flying units, you can't use any spells that are not arcanes. So this Lost Horror is pretty annoying because he has this ability of killing one XL unit in an instant, which already happened. So Pritstift lost one of his Lost Spirit ships. In the meantime, Treim is pathing into this corner camp here, so he can pretty much clear out the rest over here once he's like flying down here. So he doesn't need to worry about some of these units. Yes, he got rid of the spawn camp, which is very important. What happened to be an issue for the Lost Spirit ships is this Twilight Infestor here. And we can see a Bloodhorn being played already. This Bloodhorn is important because this guy here takes less damage from ranged units, which is very annoying because the Lost Spirit ships do have low single target damage anyways. You can see there's like 2,960 damage. This is, I think, based on the single target damage. And this is lower compared to a lot of XL units. But Lost Spirit ships are getting strong because they can attack multiple targets at the same time. But against these high HP bosses, this is not that great, especially if they take just 50% damage against ranged units. So he's using the Spirit ships to clear out the camp, and these Bloodhorns are ready to take out that boss over here. So healing here to keep everything alive, and you can see these Bloodhorns getting empowered by their ability to deal 100% extra damage. Unholy Hero here to get even more damage done. I think you want to buff up the Bloodhorn that is not getting attacked by the Infestor, because like right now they're taking a lot of damage. So Treim is using the Spirit ships to soak that up, because he pretty much buffed the wrong target over here. And now he's waiting with his army. And we're seeing the 9 Spirit ships here, and now we get to see why these rifle cultists were so important to grant the spawn presence here and the spell presence to use the Nether Warp, getting the entire army here into this last line here to save a lot of time, so they can engage the final bosses together, which are Hellhound and Doombringer. So very formidable opponents, which is very important to note. So the Bloodhorn's pretty much waiting here to deal with the boss again. Another XL unit here with a certain damage reduction, which is very annoying to clear with the Lost Spirit ships, as it takes a lot of time. So the Lost Spirit ships are getting used to clear all the small stuff, are walking into the next camp already, and now we are seeing the buffed Bloodhorns, a Fallen Skyf to triple the damage into the Doombringer, and now you can see how this 60,000 HP gets shredded. Very clean here on this side. Now the Hellhound is here, and now you can see what 6,000 XL damage means, because this guy can attack air units, unless it's not like the normal Lost Archfiend here. A lot of damage, but with this overwhelming army, it is pretty much okay. Fallen Sky Elf is moving into place here. The Bloodhounds are getting buffed, and yeah, it got killed by the Hellhound over here, which is a little bit annoying, but yeah, there it goes down with the debuff from the Fallen Sky Elf, and that was the replay. So I hope I managed to cover the majority of stuff that happened on the map. Sometimes it's a little bit hard to keep up with everything happening, because right now we have simply 2 players doing these actions at the same time. So I may be not able to notice like every single buff, like the constant use of the flame crystal, or I cannot comment on every motivate that is getting played to support these lost spirit ships, because sometimes I simply don't notice these things during the cast itself, because I'm focusing on some details and try to explain something. But I hope that this was pretty much still showing the concept of the speedrun. I think it was pretty well played, especially the use of the nether warp here in the last line, and the bloodhorn management to clear these bosses with the Fallen Sky Elf in the end to get some extra tempo into this map. I think this was very good, and yeah, this was the record for the 2-player map, and I hope I also get some of the replays of the records for the next month. But yeah, let's see. I mean, the competition is still running, so we don't know who is getting the number 1 spot for the 1-player, 2-player, 4-player maps and so on. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and see you next time.